Hello everyone, welcome to the part 1 video of the past year JEE mains questions from units, measurements and dimensions. Now the thing is, we'll classify questions like whichever question is based on the dimensions, dimensional formula or units, right? We'll classify it as a question under units, measurement and dimensions. But the thing is, you'll see that at least some of the physical quantities, right? Like, we talk about, say, coefficient of viscosity. Then, we talk about, say, permittivity or permeability. Like some of the physical quantities about which we don't have that much familiarity at the beginning of +1. As we keep progressing, right? When we go to the respective chapters, we'll be able to feel that much more confidence in approaching those problems. So that is the reason why if you are somebody who is just starting in +1 now and probably not feeling that much confident when solving questions about units or dimensions relating to these quantities, right? Particularly the quantities that will come in +2, electrodynamics and magnetism. Don't get bothered too much, because as we progress, right, you will be able to feel comfortable when solving those questions also. Okay, so we'll just get started with our discussion. Look at this. This is a question that has come in the 2019. Generally, the thing is, you'll see that in 2019-20, right, you will see that there are a lot of questions coming from these 2 years because the number of papers have increased. Look at the question. The density of a material in SI unit, what is it? 128 kg per meter cube. In certain units in which the unit length is 25 centimeter and unit of mass is 50 grams. The numerical value of the density. See, what is this? This is a question based on the dimensional approach, right? We have to convert the numerical value of measurement from one system to another system. What is the concept here? The numerical value multiplied by the unit value. This is the total measurement value. Should be same across all the systems. We will use this approach, that's it. What is the approach? Tell me. Here in the SI system, right, generally what we will have, we may have a conversion of a particular measurement value from CGS to SI or SI to CGS, like that. Here they are little bit changing it. So the system 1, let's take it as what? SI system. What is the numerical value? 128. What is the unit value? Kg per meter cube. Remember, what is the dimensional formula for the density? ml power -3 or m by l cube. Correct. Now in the new system, we have to tell what is this N2 value. That is what we have to find. But what about the U2? What is the unit value? The unit of mass is 50 grams. So 50 grams, this is the U2. 50 grams divided by, what is the unit of the length? 25 centimeter. Means it should be what? 25 centimeter the whole cube. 50 gram by 25 centimeter the whole cube means what? 25 into 25 into 25 centimeter cube. 25 ones, 25 twos. What is it? It will give us what? The value of U2. How much is the value of U2? Look at this. 2 gram by 625. 25, 25 means what? 625 centimeter cube. So that's it. We'll just keep it. So 2 gram by 625 centimeter cube. Now our task is to find what is the value of this N2, right? To calculate the value of N2, we must also do one more thing here. What is it? We must substitute the relation between kg and grams, and also we should substitute the relation between what? Meter cube and centimeter cube. Once we substitute means we will be able to get the value of N2. Okay. So what is the conversion? We know 1 kg is equal to what? 10 power 3 grams. Similarly, 1 meter cube is equal to what? 10 power 6 centimeter cube. Just substitute it. 125 in place of kg, what we will say? 10 power 3 grams. In place of meter cube, what we will say? 10 power 6 centimeter cube. 10 power 3 will cancel. Is equal to what? N2 into 2 grams by 625 centimeter cube. Gram gets cancelled. Centimeter cube gets cancelled. So the remaining part I will just write it here. 128 divided by 10 power 3 means what? 1000 is equal to what? N2 into 2. Here the cancellation is not for 2, that is for the gram. Okay, N2 into 2 by 625. So here we can do some more cancellation. 25 is 25 40s. So from here we have to get the value of N2, right? We just have to take all the numbers to the left side. Take all the numbers to the left side. What we will have? Right side will be just having N2. Right side what we will have? We will just have N2, right? So look at this, what we will be having. What is it that we will have? I'll just write it here. So left side, what is it? 128 by 40 is equal to, right side is what? N2 into 2 by 25. Take everything to the left side, right? 25 will go to the numerator. 2 will come to the denominator. What is it? 128 into 25 by 40 into 2. 2 ones are 2 64s. Then 5 5s are 5 8s. What is it? 64 into 5 by 8. One more cancellation. 8 ones are 8 8s are. What is it? 40. So this is our value of N2. It's a very, the idea is what we are familiar with. What is it? Conversion of the measurement value from one system of unit to another system of unit. So what is the answer for this? Option A. See, whenever you are practicing the past year questions or any question for that matter, right? I think I made a mention of this in our previous vector past year questions also. You make a note of what is the idea that is involved in the question. See, that is what we have to be really comfortable. If you are clear with the ideas, right, then not just this problem, any other problem that is given, you will be able to easily answer it. So I'll just write down what is the idea that we have used here. What is the idea that we are using here to solve this question? What is the idea that we used? The idea that we used is the dimensional approach. Sometimes in some questions, right, we may be using 2-3 concepts also. Here what is the dimensional approach? To convert the numerical value from one system to another system. That's it. That is the concept that we used. Okay. So we'll go to the next question. A metal sample carrying current along the x-axis with a density Jx, means they are talking about the current density. Don't bother too much about these terms because anyway we are going to see them in detail. So current density, right, is given by the amount of current passing through a unit area. About this we will see in much more detail when we go to the +2, but this definition is sufficient for us. This is subjected to a magnetic field Bz, that is along the z-axis. The electric field developed along the y-axis, that's why they are keeping it as what Ey, is directly proportional to Jx as well as Bz. See, here you may be thinking, what is the scope or what is the reason for these directions being given? They have given the directions to be more precise, okay, in terms of the actual relation between these quantities. But the thing is, to solve the question that is there with us, we don't need to really think about those directions and all that. What is the basic idea they are saying? The electric field is proportional to what? Both Jx as well as Bz. So we can make it like equation, right? What is it? K into Jx into Bz, like this we can have an equation. The constant of proportionality has SI unit. Means we have to tell what is the SI unit of the constant of proportionality. Just 1 second here, the current density, right? What is the SI unit of this? Current means what? Ampere. Area means what? Meter square. Okay. Now look at this. We want to know the unit of this K. Take everything to the other side. So Ey by Bz into Jx. That is what is our K is going to be. Now we will study in +2 when we go to the electromagnetic wave chapter, that when you have electromagnetic wave, even in +1 also, right, we will talk about the idea of waves, how the waves will propagate and all that. There we will just do a little bit of discussion about the electromagnetic wave, but not in detail. How electromagnetic wave will propagate is, we will have electric field and magnetic field oscillating in perpendicular directions. And the wave is going to propagate in direction perpendicular to both the electric field. Generally, we will represent electric field as what? E bar, because it's a vector, and B bar directions. So this is how we will see the propagation of electromagnetic wave. But the point is, in this the ratio of the two amplitudes, right, electric field to the magnetic field, that will be giving us speed of light. I mean, more precise, we should say what? Speed of the electromagnetic wave. Now, the thing is what? If you look at here, Ey by Bz, what is this? This is the ratio of electric field to the magnetic field, right? So just unit wise, it will be what? Speed. Speed means what? Meter per second. Just unit wise, because we are looking for the unit of K. This is Ey by Bz. Then we have Jx, the current density in the denominator. What is it? Ampere per meter square. So the meter square will go to the numerator. Second will come to the denominator. What is it? Meter into meter square by ampere into second. That is our K. Means what? Meter cube per ampere into second. So where is this? Option B. So here you can see one thing. Because we are able to use that idea. What is it? The ratio of electric field to the magnetic field, right? That will have the units of speed. We are able to get the answer quickly. Otherwise, what would have happened? We would have found what is the dimensions or units of the electric field, and then the dimensions or units of the magnetic field, and then you have to proceed. So that is the reason why I said some of these questions, right, if you have a little bit of understanding about the respective chapter or the concept, right, we will be able to find those questions a little bit more easier. Okay. So here, what is the concept that is applied in this question? Not much, just the idea of how do we find the units of a physical quantity based on equation. Okay, because if you have an equation, means what? Left side, right side must have the same units and same dimensions. That is the concept we are using. Okay, we'll go to the next one. The quantity is x. What is the x value? 1 by root mu naught into epsilon naught. And y, what is y? E by b. Just now only you saw, right? What is this E by b? This represents what? Speed of light. And z, this is L by CR, where C represents capacitance, R represents resistance, L represents length, E represents electric field, B represents magnetic field, epsilon naught and mu naught, right? Epsilon naught will be permittivity of the free space. This is the electrical property of the medium. Mu naught will be permeability. It is a magnetic property. Okay, so here in electromagnetic wave chapter, again we will see this 1 by root mu naught epsilon naught, right? This will be giving us the value of speed of light in vacuum. Means what? This will have the dimensions of what? Speed. Just in terms of dimensions, means what? L t power minus 1. And y value E by b, what is it? That also represents what? Speed of light. Means what? Y also dimension wise is what? L t power minus 1 speed. Now come to the z. What is this z? L by CR. See, again in plus 2, when we are discussing about this kind of a circuit, we call it as RC circuit. We will have a capacitor, resistor, and one more thing will be there, which is called as inductor. These are the common components of the electrical circuit. We have a capacitor of capacitance C. Similarly, for a resistor, right, we will talk about the resistance as a property. For a inductor, right, we will talk about the self-inductance. That is the property of the inductor. Okay. So if you have a battery or a cell and we have a capacitor and resistor, right, we call it as what? RC circuit. We will see in plus 2 that we will derive the formula for the current value for the RC circuit. In that we will talk about something called as a time constant. I am not going through the derivation of it here because that's a totally different thing. Just the idea. The time constant for the RC circuit will be R into C. But time constant means what? It will be in terms of the units of time. Means what? R into C dimensions will be what? Time. Now look at that Z. What is Z? L by CR. In this, what is L? L represents the length. Means this is what? Z will be what? Length by time, isn't it? What is it? This is also what? L t power minus 1. So what is the conclusion? X, Y, Z all are having the same dimensions. Okay. So again here, what is it that we did? We have taken the help of some relations between the quantities that we will see in the subsequent chapters. Means the electrodynamics and magnetism, right? Only in those chapters we will be able to see all these relations. Next we will go to a question 2020. The dimensional formula of the thermal conductivity. Okay, so what is it? We have to find the dimensional formula for the thermal conductivity. Where the thermal conductivity comes? It comes in thermal properties of matter, conduction. If you have, say for example, there is a metal rod whose ends, right? This is a hot end, this is a cold end. We maintain the ends with a temperature difference. Then we will see there will be a heat transfer through that rod. The conduction rate. What is it? Rate of heat transfer through conduction. Conduction rate will be given by thermal conductivity K. If the area of cross section is A, right, Ka by L. L is the length into delta theta. Okay, so now look at this. Conduction rate means what? The amount of heat energy that is flowing per given time. That is nothing but power. That is the reason why we also call it as what? Conduction power. So we will go with that dimensional approach. Left hand side, right hand side must have the same dimensions. Principle of homogeneity, right? So left hand side is what? Conduction rate means power. What is power? M L square T power minus 3 should be equal to what? Right hand side dimensions, thermal conductivity K. That is what we have to find. Okay, so we need to find it. Area means what? Dimensions L square. Length means what? L. Delta theta means what? Temperature, and this is what? Capital K. Now let's not confuse between this small k, what you're putting within the parenthesis, right? What is this? This represents the dimensional formula for the thermal conductivity. What is this capital K? Capital K is the dimensional symbol for the temperature. So now we see what can happen. 1L we can cancel. We want to know what is the thermal conductivity dimensional formula, right? We will bring everything to the left side. So M L square T power minus 3 is there. From that side, the L as well as the K, they will come to the denominator. 1L we can cancel. So what is it? M L T power minus 3 K power minus 1. This is what? The dimensional formula for the thermal conductivity. So where is the answer? Look at it. Where is it? ML T power minus 3 and then K power minus 1. Option B. Okay, so while choosing the options also we have to be a little bit careful. You see, everywhere it looks like almost the same thing with a small difference. Okay, so here what is it? Of course, to find the dimensional formula we have used what? Principle of homogeneity. But what is the equation that we used? The equation that we used is the rate of conduction formula. Conduction law is what we call it. Okay, so we'll see this where? In the thermal properties of matter. Next we have another question based on the dimensional approach. A quantity X is given by, what is the formula? I into F into V square by W into L power 4. In terms of what is this I? Moment of inertia. See, moment of inertia means what? We will write down the dimensions of each and everything. So if you have an axis of rotation, there is a mass M from the axis at a distance R, which is going to rotate. The moment of inertia of this mass is given by what? M R square. Means dimension wise what is it? M into R means distance, right? That is the dimensions of moment of inertia. F is force. Straight away you know what is it? ML T power minus 2. Then V square. V is what? Velocity. L T power minus 1. Then what is there? W is what? Work. Work means what? ML square T power minus 2. Then L is what? Length. Same. So we will just take all these values. That's it. So this is not a very tough question in that sense. But the only thing is we have not read the question statement fully. Okay, so look at the question statement. They are not asking us to find what is the final dimensional formula for this. What they are saying, the dimensional formula of this x is same as that of. So here they are giving us 4 options. We have to check and tell the final dimensional formula, right? First we will get it. What is it? I means what? ml square. And f means what? ml t power minus 2. V square. See, V is what? L t power minus 1. Square means what? Divide by W. What is W? ml square t power minus 2 into L power 4. Now you see what all we can possibly cancel off. What are the things that we can cancel off? This ml square as it is will get cancelled. Then t power minus 2 will get cancelled. Okay, so what is the remaining thing? M L into L square means what? L cube. T power minus 2 by L power 4. 1 L will remain. What is it? M L power minus 1 T power minus 2. M L power minus 1 T power minus 2. Now we have to conclude which of these given options, right, is having the same dimensions as the x. So here, we'll have to do a little bit of the calculation steps. What is it? Planck's constant. Planck's constant, we will get this from the quantum theory formula. E is equal to h into nu. Energy of a packet of the electromagnetic radiation, that will be equal to what? Planck's constant times frequency. So from this we will know the Planck's constant dimensional formula will be ml square t power minus 1. In fact, this will be same as what? Angular momentum. Okay, so you see this is not matching. What is it that we want? ml power minus 1 t power minus 2. Then second is what? Force constant. See, for a spring, if you elongate the spring or compress it by a value x, right, what happens? If you elongate the spring, means spring will try to go back to the original shape. Compress the spring, same thing. Spring will develop what is called as a restoring force. Restoring force is given by what? The force constant or spring constant k into x. So from here, what is it? F by x is equal to what? K. Dimension wise, what is it? Check it. Dimension wise, F means what? ml t power minus 2 by, this is L. So what is it? m t power minus 2. That is the dimensional formula for the what? The spring constant, force constant, stiffness constant, whatever you call it. Okay. So which means what? Both A is not matching, B is also not matching. So we have to go one by one, because it's not a straight question where we have to get the answer and check where it is. First we have to get what is the dimensional formula for x. And then we are checking which of the given 4 options. It's like, question from both the sides. Okay. Now option C is what? Energy density means what? Energy per unit volume. Energy means what? ml square t power minus 2. Volume means what? L cube. So what is it? ml power minus 1 t power minus 2. Is it matching? Yes. What is it? This is option C. Option C has the same dimensions as what? X. Now there is one more thing. What is it? Option D. What is option D? It is what? Coefficient of viscosity. So maybe we can just quickly do it and verify why it is not coefficient of viscosity. For coefficient of viscosity, right, which is a property of the liquid or the fluid, if you have a spherical object, we use generally Stokes law. Okay, so we'll see what is the Stokes law. If you have a spherical body of radius r moving with a velocity v through a fluid, or we can say liquid itself, okay, then it is moving through a liquid, then there will be a drag force. Obviously there will be a drag force acting on the sphere. Drag force means what? It will be exactly in the opposite direction. The drag force is given by the formula 6 pi eta rv. This is what we call as the Stokes law formula. Usually whenever, if you are not just like that by hearting the dimensional formula for at least some of these things, right? It's not like, we should not by heart and all that. Universal gravitation constant, again, the quotient of viscosity, and magnetic fields. Some of these things like that we can remember, so that it will help us in solving the questions. Now you see, from this formula, right, we can easily calculate what is the dimensions of eta. So look at this, left hand side is what? Force, means what? ml t power minus 2 is equal to right hand side number 6 pi, no dimensions. Then eta dimensions, r into v, r is what? L, v is what? L t power minus 1, L 1 L gets cancelled. So m t power minus 2 by L t power minus 1, this is the dimensions of eta. So look at this, what is it? M L power minus 1 t power minus 2 into t power plus 1. L will go to numerator, means it will become what? L power minus 1. Denominator we have t power minus 1. Take it to the numerator, it will become what? T power plus 1. So finally what is it? M L power minus 1 t to the power of minus 1. This is different. What is the x formula? M L power minus 1 t power minus 2. That is same as the energy density, but this is different. So generally, when we want to calculate the dimensional formula for the eta, what is it called as? How do you pronounce it? Eta, coefficient of viscosity, right? We will be using the Stokes law formula. Next, look at it. This is another question based on the thermal properties of matter, radiation. Amount of solar energy received on the Earth's surface per unit area per unit time. That is what we will be calling as solar constant. In fact, when we go to the chapter, right, we will see how do we calculate the actual value itself. The dimensional formula of the solar constant. So what is it? Amount of the energy coming from the sun falling per unit area per unit time. This is what is the solar constant, if you can call it as S. So energy means what? ml square t power minus 2. Area means what? L square. So what is it? M t power minus 2 t power minus 1. What is it? M t power minus 3. But in the options, right, you see that somehow L is also coming. But here we don't have L, right? Means what? How we can express it? M, L is not there, means we can keep it as what? L power 0. M, L power 0, t power minus 3. Where is it answer? Option B. Next we have another question based on the dimensions. If speed V, area A and force F are chosen as the fundamental units, then the dimensions of the Young's modulus. See, first of all, we should know what is the Young's modulus. Say for example, we take a wire, we apply a force in a way that the force can actually change the length of the wire. Such forces, right, we will say they are causing what? Longitudinal deformation. If the area of cross section is A, right, then in this case we will talk about stress. Stress will be what? Force per area of cross section. And we will measure the deformation by using a quantity called as what? Strain. Strain will be change in length by original length. So look at this, change in length by original length means what? It will be dimensionless, no dimension. Because numerator is length, denominator is also length. Then the modulus of elasticity in case of the longitudinal deformation, because like that we also have two more modulus of elasticity. We call them as what? Bulk modulus and then rigidity modulus. Young's modulus will be the ratio of stress by strain in case of what? The longitudinal deformation. Strain is no dimensions, means what? Young's modulus will have the dimensions of stress. What is stress? Force by area, right? So what is force by area? Means ml t power minus 2 by L square. M L power minus 1 t power minus 2. So this is what? The Young's modulus. So we got the Young's modulus. Now here just one more additional point, right? Young's modulus, stress, pressure, all of them will have the same dimensions. What will be the dimensions of pressure? Same, right? M L power minus 1 t power minus 2. I don't know if you guys have remember this or not, the previous question that we solved, right? We have the energy density, right? Energy density also same dimension formula. So Young's modulus is what? M L power minus 1 T power minus 2. Now this is related to what? Speed. So it's like what? Y is related to what? V power x, area power y, like this. Now we have to find what is the relation. Okay, so using the dimensions concept. So Young's modulus means what? What is the dimensional formula? M L power minus 1 T power minus 2. Dimension wise, look at what is this. V means what? Speed, right? So L T power minus 1 whole power x. A is area, means L square whole power y. F is force, right? M L T power minus 2 whole power z. Now what is the dimensions approach? On both sides, dimension wise it must be same, right? Means what? Here we can aggregate the powers. See, how do we aggregate the powers? We have what? Force power z, right? So look at this. What is it? There is only one place where m is coming. This is the only place. Means it will be what? M power z. Okay, then where all L is coming? L is coming here. L is also coming here. So L power x plus 2y plus z. Then T, right? Where all T is coming? T power minus 1 whole power x means what? T power minus x. Then here T power minus 2 whole power z means what? Minus 2z. So if we compare the power of m, what is it? 1. On left side, what is it? 1. Right side, what is it? Z. So straight away we are able to get what is the value of z. We cover the power of m, right? Left hand side power must be equal to what? Right hand side? No. So what we will get as a result of it? Left hand side 1 is equal to what? Z. Means the power of f is what? 1. You can see in all the 4 options, power of f is only 1. Then we will go and quickly look at the power of t. Look at what is the power of t left side? Minus 2. Minus 2 is equal to minus x minus 2z. Okay, so what is it? Minus 2 is equal to what? Minus x minus 2z. Now from here we will be able to see what is the value of the x. Okay, so what is the value of x? We have to check it. So if you put minus 2 is equal to minus x, z is equal to 1, right? Minus 2 will get cancelled. Means what? X value will be equal to what? 0. So the power of v is what? 0. Then we have to calculate the value of y. So we are done with x and z. I think by now itself we can conclude the answer. Why? Think about it. Where is the power of v 0? Only one place, which is what? Our option D. All the other cases the power of v is not 0. So we don't need to calculate the value of y itself. Y is what? The power of a, right? This we don't need to calculate. We can conclude the answer without even calculating it. But still we can do it. Okay, so we can do and check it. So the power of L we have to compare it. Left handed, what is it? Minus 1. So minus 1 is equal to what? X. X is 0. Plus 2y plus z. Z is what? 1. So 1 will go to that side, means it will become minus 1. So minus 1 means minus 2 is equal to y, means y is equal to what? Minus 1. So the power of a must be what? Minus 1. Look at it. Power of a is what? Minus 1. Like this, right? Sometimes, we will be able to confirm what is the answer without even really calculating all the things required. Okay, so that's how we will be able to save some time, right? So whatever the time that we have spent in calculating the value of y, that is not required, because we can find out what is the answer without even doing this step. Okay. So next we look at this is also a question based on the dimensional approach. Momentum p, area a and time t are taken to be the fundamental quantities. Then the dimensional formula for the energy means what? Here same energy is related to what? Momentum p power x, area a power y, and then time t power z. Same concept. Energy dimensional formula is what? ml square t power minus 2. Dimension wise both sides must be same, right? Momentum is what? m l t power minus 1, mass into velocity power x. Area means what? L square power y. T is t only, right? So what is the next step? Aggregate the powers of m. Here only 1. This is what? M power x. L is what? Here L power x. This is L power 2y. That's it. T, look at it, T power minus x. Then Z. Power of m we equate first. What is it? 1 is equal to x straight away. Power of m. Left hand side is 1, right hand side is x. Then power of L we equate. What is it? 2. Left hand side 2. Right hand side is what? X plus 2y. Already x is equal to 1, right? 2 minus 1 is equal to y means 2 minus 1 means what? 1. So y is equal to what? Half. So look at this. So we have to keep on. What are the powers we are getting? X is equal to 1. X means what? Power of p is what? 1. Y is equal to half means what? The power of a is what? Half. See, by this itself we can conclude the answer. What is it? It is option C. Power of p should be 1. Power of a should be what? Half. We can also calculate what is the value of z. How do you calculate the value of z? I mean, as I said, right, if you are able to confirm the answer without doing all the calculation, that is still good for us, right? Because what is our objective? To get the plus 4. Okay. So if you try to compare the power of t means what is it? Left hand side is what? Minus 2. Right hand side is what? Minus x plus z. Already x value is what? 1. So minus 2 is equal to what? Minus 1 plus z. Minus 1 when we bring it to the left means it will become what? Plus 1. So z is what? The power of t is what? Minus 1. You can check it. Okay. So again this is the question based on what? Same dimensional approach. Next we have a question again based on these permeability and permittivity. Which of the following combinations has the dimensions of electrical resistance? Which of them is having the dimensions of electrical resistance? For that, first thing is what? We should know what are the dimensions of the electrical resistance. I mean, we'll have to then look at formulas where this electrical resistance will come. If we have a resistor of resistance R and there is a current I that is going through it, then the power dissipated formula, right, will be equal to what? I square into R. From this, what is it? Power, which is m L square t power minus 3 by I square means what? Current square. That is the dimensional formula for R, which is what? M L square t power minus 3 I power minus 2. Let us keep it that way. So we have to check which of these arrangements, right, will give us the dimensional formula same as what? Electrical resistance. The thing is, we will have to go and verify one by one. But you will see that we are kind of lucky enough here because, you know, it is not like they are giving us 4 different, like in one of the previous question, right, they have given 4 different quantities. But here, luckily, what is it? It is a small change. Option A and option B is what? Option A, we have a root of mu naught by epsilon naught. Option B is what? Root is not there. Similarly, option C is what? Reciprocal of option A. So only some small changes are there. Look at this. Root mu naught by epsilon naught. Remember, you know, in I think one of the previous questions we have used this property. What is it? The speed of light in vacuum is given by what? 1 by root mu naught into epsilon naught. For this, what we will do is we will multiply both numerator and denominator by mu naught. Numerator is what? Mu naught square. So mu naught will come out. What is this? 1 by root mu naught epsilon naught means what? It is C. So now we are having what? Mu naught into C. But you know, we will require some more space to calculate the things, but we will erase this and then we will use this space. Just we will write this somewhere. No, at the top we will write the what is the dimensional formula for the electrical resistance. What is it? So that we will not confuse again. What is it? M L square t power minus 3 I power minus 2. Now we can safely erase everything. Okay. So look at this. What is the next part? The dimensional formula of this option here, right? It is coming as what? Mu naught into C. So we should know what is the dimensions of this mu naught. Further, this is the general formula that we will use, and easy and straightforward. If you have two parallel wires carrying currents I1 and I2 separated by distance R, these are assumed to be what? Long wires, infinitely long wires. The force per unit length acting on any wire, you take a unit length, force per unit length on that wire will be given by what? Mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. This is the formula. What is the formula we have? What is it? Mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. Now from this formula, right, we can calculate what is the dimensional formula for the mu naught, because here see finally what we are having, the option A, when you simplify, what is it coming as? It is coming as what? Mu naught into C, right? The option A is coming as what? Mu naught into C. C we know, dimensional formula, speed, right? What is it? L t power minus 1, but mu naught we must know, then only we will be able to conclude whether the option A is correct or not. So how do we get this? Look at this, left hand side is force by length, means what? ml t power minus 2 by L. Right hand side, what is it? Mu naught I1 into I2 means what? I square by 2 pi is a number, no dimension. D is what? Again length. So what is it? ml t power minus 2. I square, when we bring it to the left side, means what? It will go to the denominator. This is what? ml t power minus 2 I power minus 2. This is what is the dimensions of mu naught. Just go and substitute it in that expression. What is the expression we have? Mu naught into C, right? Mu naught into C means mu naught is what? ml t power minus 2 I power minus 2 into C means what? L t power minus 1, right? What is it? ml square t power minus 3. Minus 2 into minus 1 means what? This is what? Minus 3. I power minus 2. Check it. It is exactly matching with our electrical resistance. So what is the answer? We are lucky we are able to get the answer in option 1 itself. But even if it is not right, as I said, what is option B? Square of the option A. What is option C? 1 by option A. So it will not be so much difficult. It will not be like we are doing 4 different problems. Okay, check this. Okay, so next we have another question. Again, dimensions. The formula x is equal to 5yz square. X and z have the dimensions of capacitance and magnetic field. X is what? Capacitance. Z is what? Magnetic field. What are the dimensions of y? I mean, dimensions of y in SI unit means with the idea of dimensions, right, is only starting with the SI system. So look at it, we want to know the dimensions of y, right, means what? X by 5z square. This is what is the y value from that formula. So x is what? Capacitance. So dimension wise, what is it? You see, capacitance divided by 5 will not have any dimensions. Z means what? Magnetic field. Magnetic field the square. So dimension wise, what is y? Capacitance by magnetic field the square. So now we have to calculate the dimension formula for the capacitance and dimensional formula for the magnetic field, then we will be able to get the answer. So where do we get the capacitance? If you want to calculate what is the there are various formulas that we can use to calculate what is the capacitance dimensional formula, but we can use this one. Charge on the capacitor plates will be equal to what? Capacitance C into voltage. Okay, so charge by voltage, that will be equal to what? The dimensions of the capacitance. Voltage means again work done by charge. So it will be what? Charge by work done per charge, means this will go to the numerator. What is it? It will be charge square by work done. Means what? Charge square means what? A square T square. Charge is what? A into T. A is the symbol using for current. Divided by work means what? ml square T power minus 2. So look at this. What is it finally? m will go to the numerator, m power minus 1, L power minus 2, a square is there. See, t power minus 2, when we take it up means what, it will become what, t power 2. Already there is a t power 2 means totally it is what, t power 4. This is the dimensions of what, capacitance. Okay, now we have to calculate what is the dimensions of the magnetic field, because look at the denominator, what is it, magnetic field the square. For that we will use one more formula. See, that is the reason why I said all of these things, because they are related to the quantities in electrodynamics. You will feel more comfortable when you go to those chapters. If you have a charged particle which is moving with a velocity v, make an angle theta with the magnetic field direction. The force acting on the charged particle is given by BQV sin theta. Actually, this is given by a cross product formula. Q times of V cross B. V is what? The velocity of the charged particle. B is the magnetic field vector. In vectors, we know what is the cross product concept. So, cross product, what is the magnitude? VB sin theta. That's why the formula comes as what? The total force value is what? BQV sin theta. From this, we can easily find what is the B dimension formula. Left side, what is it? ML t power minus 2 is equal to right side is what? B. Q is what? AT. V is what? LT power minus 1. TT gets cancelled. Sin theta is trigonometric ratio, no dimensions. So look at this. ML t power minus 2 by A into L. This L also gets cancelled. What is it? M t power minus 2 A power minus 1. This is what is the dimensional formula for what? B. So look at it. B square means what? M square t power minus 4 A power minus 2. This is what is the B square. B square means magnetic field square. Now this Y, right? Dimension is what is it? Capacitance by square of the magnetic field. That is it. No, capacitance by square of the magnetic field. So now look at it. What is it that we will get? Capacitance means what? Already we have the dimensional formula. Magnetic field also we have the formula, right? So look at it. What we will have? M power minus 1 divided by M square. What is it? M power minus 3 will come. L only one term is there. L power minus 2. I think by now itself we can conclude the answer. So this is how we will be able to save the time, because we don't have to even spend more time on looking at the other things. Why? Because only in option A, what is happening? The power of M is minus 3 and power of L is minus 2. Other options it is not happening. So we can conclude the answer as what? Option A. I mean, we can do the others also. Look at this. A power 2, denominator A power minus 2 means we bring it up means what? It becomes A power plus 2. Totally what is it? A power 4. Same. T is what? Already T power 4 numerator. Denominator is T power minus 4. Bring it up. That also becomes T power 4. Totally what is it? It becomes T power 8. So M power minus 3, L power minus 2, A power 4, T power 8, like that. Okay. Next we have another question, same, on these permeability and permittivity. In SI units, the dimensions of root of epsilon naught by mu naught. I mean, in fact, if it is the question while you are practicing it, right, you can see in previous itself we have done this. Okay, but yeah, we will again try and do it. What is it? Root of epsilon naught by mu naught. We know that 1 by root mu naught epsilon naught, right? What is it? Speed of light in vacuum, C basically. So if you multiply numerator and denominator with mu naught, what is numerator? Root mu naught epsilon naught. Denominator is what? Root of mu naught square means just mu naught. See, 1 by root mu naught epsilon naught is C means what will be root mu naught epsilon naught? 1 by C. So implies that what you can keep 1 by C into 1 by mu naught. What is this? This is the dimensions of root of epsilon naught by mu naught. Here again 1 by C means what? 1 by LT power minus 1. 1 by mu naught. If you remember the mu naught, at least some of these things, right? Like I said, magnetic field and mu naught, these are quite common. Like the way in +1 topics we'll have the quotient of viscosity, Planck's constant, as well as the gravitation constant. These are quite common. So we can even try and remember the mu naught. What will be the dimensions of the mu naught? Dimensions of mu naught will be m l t power minus 2 a power minus 2. This is the dimensions of the mu naught. Already we have done this in the previous question. Okay, so now just substitute here. What is it? M L t power minus 2 a power minus 2. So m will go to the numerator, means what? M power minus 1. So we'll just write it here. M power minus 1, the final one. L into L is what? L square. Take it up, L power minus 2. Then t power minus 1, t power minus 2. It will be what? T power minus 3. Denominator. Take it up, t power 3. A power minus 2 in the denominator. Take it up, it will be what? A power 2. So this is the final expression. What is it? M power minus 1, L power minus 2. Where is it? Only in option D we see it. In fact, for this also, right, the moment you are able to get the power of M and power of L, we can conclude what is the answer. So that is how we will be able to save some time. Okay. Next, look at the question. Let L, R, C, V represent what? Inductance, resistance, capacitance and voltage. The dimensions of this L by R, C, V. I think I might have mentioned, like, in the previous instance, right, we talked about the RC circuit. Like that also we will have one more circuit which is called as the LR circuit. Inductor and then resistor. For the same, when we will do the calculation for the current expression, right, here we will have what? Time constant. Here the time constant value will be L by R. L means what? The inductance, in this case small l. In this case, what is the resistance given by small r, right? So this will be having the dimensions of time. What we are looking for? L by R C V, right? Means what? L by R is what? Time. Time by C into V. Capacitance into voltage, right? What is it? It is nothing but what? Charge. Charge on the capacitor. So time means what? T. Charge means what? A into T, dimension wise. So overall, what is it? A to the power of minus 1, which is what? Our option B. So again, here also, because we are trying to use these relations that we will see in plus 2, we are able to solve these questions easily. Okay, otherwise it will definitely take some time. Okay. Next we have another interesting question. Again, dimensions. The force of interaction between two atoms is given by what? F is equal to alpha beta exp. Exp means what? This is actually what we call as the exponential function. E power minus x square by alpha kt. See, this E is the exponential constant. The value is approximately 2.78. You will study more about this in math. Where x is the distance, k is the Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature, alpha, beta are the constants. The dimensions of beta is how much? See, in this, look at it, right? This exponential function as such will be having no dimensions. Means dimension of force, what is it? ml t power minus 2 is equal to what? Dimensions of alpha into dimensions of beta. What we need to find here? Dimensions of beta we have to find. Means if you want beta, means we should know what is alpha. Then only we will know beta, right? So how do we know what is alpha? Exponential function is overall no dimensions, but whatever is there in the power of that exponential function, right, that must be also representing a number. Means what? That must also be dimensionless. Means look at it. This x square by alpha kt should be what? Not having any dimensions. Means what? Dimensions of x square should be same as what? Dimensions of alpha kt. X square means what? Length square. Alpha into k is what? Boltzmann constant. T is what? Temperature. So where this Boltzmann constant comes, it comes for us in the thermodynamics as well as the kinetic theory of gases. Okay. So if we take a single particle, ideal gas particle, the energy of the particle is given by 3 by 2 kT, the kinetic energy of the particle. So you see here, 3 by 2 is anyway number. KT will be dimensionally same as what energy? Means what? What is it? m L square t power minus 2. L square gets cancelled. So we want alpha means we will take everything to the other side. 1 by m t power minus 2, that is our alpha. What is the alpha? It will be what? 1 by m t power minus 2. Just substitute it. If you just substitute it, right, what is the place where you have to substitute in that equation 1? What is equation 1? Where we have dimensions of force. So we can call it as what? We should have called it as equation 1 so that it is easy for us. We could have called this as what? Equation 1, right? In that we will keep what? Alpha value. Left hand side, what is it? ml t power minus 2 is equal to alpha is what? 1 by m t power minus 2 into beta. We want beta, right? Take everything to the left side. Already ml t power minus 2 is there into m t power minus 2. M square L t power minus 4. This is our beta dimensions. What is it? M square L t power minus 4. Option B. Okay, so here the important learning is what? If you have exponential function, yes, exponential function totally, what is it? No dimensions, but whatever the power in that exponential function, right, that also will represent a number, means that also should not have any dimensions.